Welcome to Resource PNG. We begin our program with Puma Energy. As has been well documented, over the past few months, Puma Energy has faced challenges. This began with the suspension of operations at its Napa Napa Refinery, forcing the company to place its staff on an extended leave. And in September, the company also had to make the difficult decision to temporarily halt the supply of petrol into the Port Moresby market. However, the past week has proved to be more positive for Puma Energy, with the company announcing the resupply of petrol into the Port Moresby market, as well as the impending commencement of operations at its Napa Napa Refinery. Resource PNG spoke with Puma Energy PNG Country Manager Jim Collins. Since entering the Papua New Guinea market in July 2014, Puma Energy has made great strides in making its presence known. This began with the rebranding of its fuel service stations right throughout the country. 2015, however, has been a challenging year for the company. In April this year, the company made a decision to suspend activities at its Napa Napa Refinery over a dispute with PNG Customs over certain issues. And in early September, the company again had to make a difficult decision to suspend the supply of petrol into the Port Moresby market, a decision which affected the majority of vehicle owners in the country's capital. But things have taken a turn for the better within the past week, with Puma Energy announcing the recommencement of petrol supply into Port Moresby, as well as the impending restart of refinery operations at Napa Napa. Resource PNG sat down with Puma Energy PNG Country Manager Jim Collins to discuss these issues. He began by providing background as to the cause of the recent shortage of petrol.
Here locally, we're around the flow of foreign currency. So Puma Energy buys product from overseas in US dollars and then sells its products here locally in PNG Kenya. Obviously there's a flow around how you get the funds back and forth in and out of the country. Over a number of months there's been a build-up where we've been unable to access enough foreign currency transactions to actually pay for that. Puma Energy actually has funded a considerable level of product into the country to keep the country moving, but it got to a stage where it was unsustainable for us. So at that stage, we restricted some supply into the Port Moresby market on petrol alone. We did this to ensure that we were limiting the impact on Papua New Guinean people, and it was also a manageable territory where we could actually quickly restore product as soon as we got to the stage that we were able to. No other centres have been affected. We actually deliberately tried to manage it locally so that we could minimise the impact to the country. Well, over the last few weeks and before that actually, we've been working very, very hard with government and the central bank to try and drive to a solution. And in fact, great intent by all the parties involved in that. And we now have a really good understanding what we think we need to do. Everybody's working in the different ways to do that. So there's the central banks intervening when they need to, the government is very clear on their strategy around it, and the commercial banks are also doing everything that they possibly can as well. Puma Energy is also taking a stance where we are doing things that we wouldn't normally do in our business sense to actually try and manage that flow for the good of the country. So I guess what you're seeing there is great teamwork from all the relevant agencies, and Puma Energy trying to lead that through to ensure that the country is supplied.
Mr. Collins also touched on the issues surrounding the decision to suspend operations at the company's Napa Napa Refinery.
Up until earlier this year, the company had been paying for its GST associated with the crude oil it brought in when the products passed through into the local market. That's a standard way of doing things around the world. Earlier this year, Customs actually interpreted that differently, the law differently, and actually wanted to take a different stance where we pay the GST up front. Economically, that has some major issues for the refinery. At that stage, we suspended the refinery's production. Over the last few months, we've been working very, very hard with Customs and with the government and with IRC to actually come to some short-term solutions that help us get the refinery started while we work on much longer, more sustainable solutions for the business. That has come to a stage where we're really, really happy to announce that we're actually restarting the refinery, and that's fantastic.
Constant dialogue with the relevant government agencies have enabled the company to be in a position where they will soon recommence operations at Napa Napa. This, according to Mr. Collins, is indeed welcome news as it shows the level of commitment from all parties to find a win-win solution.
Yes, I think, as I've said, that the teamwork that's been involved has been outstanding. There's always been healthy tension, and that should be, because it's a big issue, so therefore we have to have the right amount of tension. But everybody has gone into this with the right intent. That intent is to make sure that the right investments and the right flow of supply is here in Papua New Guinea for the future, and it's sustainable.
Whilst operations remained suspended at Napa Napa, Puma Energy also used this opportunity to carry out maintenance work aimed at improving production.
So, I guess that's a signal that Puma Energy is here to stay, because we've got some major investment plans in the country. We took the shutdown time as an opportunity to do some traditional repairs and maintenance, which obviously helps supply security and the equipment to last. We also invested quite heavily in some other additions that we're looking at, and they'll be ongoing over the period. The benefits we're looking for out of the refinery: one, increased capacity, more product flow; two, how we can use more local crudes more often in greater quantities. That helps the internal economy as well as the external economy. The third area is around productivity of the refinery. We compete on a global stage against much bigger refineries, so we need to continually be striving for increased productivity in the refinery. The other area is around the productivity for our customers. So we are doing work to improve the flow of trucks coming in and out, safety mechanisms, all those sorts of things that actually you need to have within a world-class refinery. Our commitment in the refinery is actually to produce high-quality products safely, that are on time and in plentiful supply to the country.
Given the challenges faced over the past few months and the positive results over the past week, Collins says Puma Energy continues to remain committed to PNG, with the company looking forward to introducing more products to the people of Papua New Guinea, products aimed at adding value to the lives of Papua New Guineans.
But we are really, really excited about some of the things that we are working with at the moment. So, for example, we are bringing in bitumen into the country now. We all know that the roading infrastructure is a critical thing for the country, and we believe by the new bitumen products that we can bring in, we can add value through lower cost and also better quality products that are going to be available on the road. Our lubricants offering for motorists to make sure the cars last longer, work better, we are continuing to invest in that and expand our network associated with that. We have a focus on the LPG market, and all I'll say is watch this space. We will be bringing some innovative products into that sector as well. So a lot of investment in new products. We've also got a lot of investment in our infrastructure right around the country, and that's to, again, improve the productivity, the safety, and the customer experience. That doesn't just impact us, it impacts every customer in the market in a positive way, helping, I guess, Papua New Guinea move forward at a safer and faster rate.
You're watching Resource PNG. After the break, we take a look at the Prime Minister's recent trip to Hela Province. Welcome back to Resource PNG. Prime Minister Peter O'Neill recently visited Hela Province. The people of Hela, the host province of the PNG LNG project, gathered in their numbers in the provincial capital, Tari, to welcome the Prime Minister. Michelle Amber takes a look at the purpose of the Prime Minister's visit to this resource-rich province.
Months after the first shipment of PNG's LNG, the people of Hela were overjoyed to welcome the country's Prime Minister to the resource-rich province. Prime Minister Peter O'Neill led a huge delegation into Tari town last week. We welcome you, Prime Minister Peter O'Neill, to Tari Hela province. He His visit was to announce 3 important projects for Hela, including Heights gas to be used to provide electricity for Hela, the construction of roads and the Tari Hospital. Member for Como Magarima, when addressing the leaders and hospital staff, said for long Hela people have been seeking health services in neighboring provinces like Southern Highlands, Western Highlands and even as far as Jiwaka.
When our mothers and our people go to Mount Hagen or Kujip or Ley for that matter, they ask you, where are you from? From Tari, from Como. Is an LNG project in your province? All these containers that go down to Tari to Como, where are they going? Where's all the money? And all that. And it has been a disgrace.
Oil Search Managing Director Peter Bolton pointed out that if Ella is home to the world-class LNG project, there is no reason why it should not have a world-class health center. He pledged to work in partnership with the national government and Ella provincial government to deliver quality health care. He said Oil Search, as a major developer in PNG, is committed to deliver these services.
We have to have a world-class hospital in Tari. Now that's easy words, right? Talk very easy. Yeah? In reality, the health challenges in Hela are some of the most challenging anywhere in the world. They have, apart from the violence against women, the normal tribal fights that go on, there are some really challenging diseases in HIV, TB, and so on and so on. This is one of the most difficult places to deliver health services anywhere.
The Prime Minister paid a visit to the hospital and thanked the staff and development partners for providing health services under difficult circumstances. He assured locals working under the current management that they will be considered under the restructure of Tari Hospital's management under Oil Search. Prime Minister O'Neill said this decision to partner with Oil Search is not to undermine Papua New Guineans, but rather it is about using the help of partners who have that experience to manage existing government infrastructure.
Every immigrant lo Tari na lo ela province ina Tari na ela taso. Okata lo country. Sickness blow you mean lo before it where you mean manage him or something really good. Also no okata something you work lo bagarap na time you mix him government lo 2011. We play work lo redirect him how you mean manage modest services. But you looking also now government blow me work lo put in funding you go direct you go inside lo one house with lo country. So that you yet look here you can manage modest money. In a go to health department or sometimes money go lose the road, even the surveyors and money come up to a place where service you may need him strength. Some low hospital you come up good low hospital strength. Inside the country where only managing modest money you give him loan, now only working good work where only now maintaining all facilities low. Only buy more nuclear equipment you go inside, or training more staff, make sure staff is in pain, and sit down only good plan. So if we come up, look at up, so me believe also, you can work in the second same person.
Before visiting the health center, Prime Minister O'Neill addressed hundreds in Tari town, giving them a breakdown of how much Ella has been receiving through the national budget. He made a commitment to deliver a new hospital for the province. He said to date, Southern Highlands and Hela have received 700 million kina from petroleum projects. He then directed for the commencement of Como to Tari to Mendi Road and the sealing of this road network. An amount of 600 million kina has been allocated for roads in the province. Approved roads considered for funding are upgrading and sealing of Mendi to Lake Kopiago and Magarima to Mendi.
Mino come look making travel long list, blow you mean get up in Kankan project of province blow you know. Two important projects that we must finish over the next 2.5 years is one road inside of province Bloyumi, or road program. Government Bloyumi is now working decision finish close to 2 weeks ago finish. Law now you must get up in this ceiling, block Como, they can become the Julia, Ulia to Tari, Tari to Napa, and then Napa to Mendi. There's a sealing program that come up and but start today. Give me a word in contract companies.
An agreement signed between Oil Search and government-owned PNG Power is aimed at connecting up to 1 million people to a larger and improved electricity grid by 2030. Oil Search is working with the government to develop long-term solutions for the country's power sector. Both chairman of PNG Power and a landowner of the LNG project, Larry Andagali, commended the government for its effort in delivering electricity to Hela, saying it was the foundation for all developments.
That's all now, you mean like in this power must come up look this for you mean must get up in power law. Inside the Hela province. That's the agreement now is signing and look come up in power law Hela province within the next 2 years.
First LNG, ego finish now almost 200 cargo and ego finish. Now prophecy and me talk also am kicking a light up by lighting map middle land. Middle land also am Titi Tombeni. Titi Tombeni aju Hela. Or tell them you mean by lighting map Hela Asemna. And we are signing this agreement now. Road by you go want them power, now development and come up. DNA for development and electricity. So time you mean lighting up Hela and through Hela by move forward.
Under the agreement, a 45-kilometer transmission line will be installed from Oil Search ITES gas to electricity processing plant to the Tari power station. This will be developed and implemented by PNG Power.
You're watching Resource PNG. After the break, we continue our look at the Prime Minister's trip to Hela Province. Welcome back to Resource PNG. We continue our look at the Prime Minister's visit to Hela Province. Again, we join Michelle Amba.
Local level government president for Como LLG and Deputy Governor Thomas Potape challenged the government to deliver Tari Township, a project identified in the project agreement. He also pointed out outstanding development levies for the affected provinces, funding which can be utilized by the provincial government to meet its development budget.
Enough minutes in one of you, the cabinet minister is one of you. Hela province and this la city, this la place, township and minunab. Mibla can extend it. This la township must go through Gimigo. Or this la place where you looking longer than me no place. I mean, no government said that I'm also 10 customer in there.
Demand for security personnel, including police and defense, was one area highlighted by the provincial leader. Although there are some deployed into the province, their primary role is safeguarding the project, but there is need for more to maintain law and order.
This is law and order. It's not on this province, I mean, LNG halt. Political policy, and can plan it beer, and can plan it defense. I mean, no work good. Suppose you can and you can sit down, you can make him one decision, come up in your law, this is the province. Some policeman must come.
Petroleum and Energy Minister Nixon Duban called on all resource owners to respect all structures in place, pointing out that these will be the channels to deliver landowner benefits. He urged all to support the current landowner identification process conducted by the Alternative Dispute Resolution Team in order to fast-track the release of landowner benefits.
Judge Katakasi Emi Wokim Desla Walk, long fixing landowner benefits, identification process properly, so that you inside establishment 1 PDR license area, but you got proper look survey.
Prime Minister Peter O'Neill assured all landowners that the landowner identification process is expected to be completed soon and all the benefits will be paid out in Hela and not in Port Moresby.
Over the program, infrastructure development grant, high impact program, or landowners money, everything will come to Tari. Today, Minister, thank you through.
He reiterated that the state is committed to fulfilling its obligations, including royalties, equities, infrastructure development grants, business development grants, and high-impact projects.
Over the money today, no God, one plan money, touch him, and we stop inside the central bank, the trust account of central bank, no God, one plan money, but trust him, touch him until there's all issues, Judge Katakasi, Penisimlan and Penis, money body, Karimigami, Tari, that distribute him, so please, you know what I must one bell of this land.
Both leaders said court battles and differences amongst landowners have been the greatest challenge for the government to meet some of its obligations under the agreements.
You know me creating this plan, the heavy stuff inside the landowners, can talk this land. You play it, create him, now judge must finish this work, judge must clear him all this land before you may release him money. Misawe also, in an up time, judge will come back close to true. Money no na runway call one flap, money best stop one time you me. So me and my master Sam, you me over the leaders to you one bell, over the workman to you one bell, the me and my master Sam, people know Hela province in one bell or this lot too.
Landowners from Heights Petroleum Development License Area 1 have been querying about an outstanding business development grant of 19 million kina. Prime Minister O'Neill is expected to visit Hela later this year to announce the commencement of commercial flights into Como Airport.
And that brings us to the end of this episode of Resource PNG. To contribute to this program, get in touch with us via email on resourcepng@mtv.com.pg. To view this edition again, log on to www.mtv.com.pg, where you will find a link to the Resource PNG page. You can also find us on Facebook. Just search for Resource PNG. Until the next time, pleasant viewing.